Hey y'all, here for another episode of S.O.S. Shorts. For those of you that are not familiar with this series, this is part of the Survivors of Schizophrenic series. I was raised by two undiagnosed schizophrenics that did crazy things, and I'm here to share some of the stories. If you're not a survivor of schizophrenic, try not to be too weird in the comments, and if you are, I'm making this video for you so you understand you're not alone. So I remember one time when my brother was young, he would forget to flush. And my stepdad would always make a joke that he was going to put his head in the toilet with the pee in it. And, he would laugh. He'd hang his head over the toilet, and they'd both laugh together, and it was like a whole thing. Until one time, my stepfather came down in the middle of dinner, and after realizing my brother hadn't flushed the toilet, and in the middle of dinner, drags my brother upstairs. We hear him like we hear them laughing, and then we hear like screaming and like commotion, and then silence, and then they come back downstairs, and my brother's hair is dripping wet, and my mom just looks at him and goes, "You didn't really put his head in the toilet, did you?" And he just goes, "I flushed it first." So, and that's the stuff, and like she just kind of cowered and sat there in fear. When I tried to bring this up to them, they didn't really. My brother pretended it didn't happen, and I know he was just protecting my mom because she's older. But yeah, it was a whole thing. But that's how sick people are, and that's the point of the SOS series, so you can understand that A, you're not alone in experiencing these things or their denial of it as an adult, and B, for people who aren't in this modality of life, to understand that these things happen to people. Some people, stepdads, put their heads in toilets because they're just having a bad day. Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. And to not only see him like justify, like that's that real schizophrenia. When you're looking at that guy, saying like, "I flushed it first," like validating that you just put a child's head in a toilet because you're having a bad day. Like that's the kind of stuff that will really mess you up. And it's kind of, it's good to know, but it's also very alarming. But just know that these things exist, man. You don't know what you're dealing with. A lot of these people make excuses and will make their kids out to seem like to be the problem. And that's the reality. That's what we saw behind closed doors. So stay tuned. I got one more today, and then I'll probably chill with them. I may do a few more, but I've got a lot of videos to make today. But that's it for this SOS short. Thanks for stopping by.